Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Supplier Showcase from Heaton House Farm. I hope you're all enjoying the beautiful sunshine that we are having at the moment. It's absolutely glorious, and the farm looks absolutely fantastic. The grass is green, the sky is blue, and the cows are really enjoying being in the field today as well. So hopefully they'll be able to meet everybody soon. So this week we have got Roland from RTP Films, and I have really actually been enjoying watching Roland because he's been putting together, during lockdown, he's been putting together some isolation films, which is a little bit of a snippet of the insight into his life, which when you meet him, you'll understand what I mean. It's quite a scary place to go sometimes, but it's really good fun and it really gives you an insight into him. And we're going to be playing some of those films today as well, but we'll bring Roland on and we'll get started.
Thank you for that previous introduction.
You loved that, didn't you?
I did. I was having my head up all the way through. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Well, you told me to just say whatever you want.
I know. I
can have that.
I just, if you built it anymore, I was sounding a bit like a horror character or something like that. But, yeah, you stopped just in the right time.
No, I definitely recommend if anybody wants a giggle, go and watch Roland's isolation
just
films.
Go and watch Roland.
They're brilliant. They're absolutely funny, and they give a real insight. And also, your lovely wife Lisa also appears as well. She might not appear tonight, but she appears on those. And yeah, features brilliantly. So I definitely recommend.
She's speeding down the M6 at the moment. Hopefully, she can make it here.
Oh, fingers crossed. It would be lovely to see her, but hey ho, the demands of life and everything now. So anyway, Roland, obviously I chatted to you a bit earlier just to see how you were doing, but tell us a little bit about yourself, bit of background to Roland.
Okay, my name's Roland. I run RTP Wedding Films with my wife, Lisa, the boss, Lisa. We've been shooting weddings for about 16 years, sort of, so we kind of know what we're doing-ish. You know, we sort of based in the Northwest area, covering most of the country and a few destination weddings as well, of course. That's about it, I think, really, in a nutshell.
And you have a dog?
We have a dog, Marv,
who
you can just see there in a horrific time lapse, who kind of is like, because our daughter's left now, he's kind of like our little baby. Oh, there's the NHS clapping. See, out with the pots and pans and everything. Who comes with us he's our new baby now, so you know we kind of have a lot of affection for that little hound.
He's absolutely adorable. And here we go. Here he is.
Here he is. About 5 takes to do this because he kept moving. And there we go. Hello, Mark.
I was going to say, I bet these films really did keep you quite busy because I'm pretty sure you didn't do them in one take.
No. There was we had nothing else to do, so we just, you know, it was the beginning of lockdown. It was sunny. Probably had a few more drinks. That's probably what made us do them stupid dancing and things like that, really. But yeah, it kept us safe for a little while.
Yeah. What else are you going to do during lockdown? Tonight as well. Have a glass of vino after.
Not been too bad. Well, we're working on a camper van. It's a new project in lockdown. So as soon as I finish this, we're going straight into that, really.
I think everyone's had a project, haven't they?
Yes, and I'm running out of them now, and they're costing more money.
That's the problem. You have to outdo yourself each time, don't you? Absolutely. So obviously, although you're going off to do camper vans and whatever, tell us about the main business. How did you get into videography?
I was always one of those friends who, this was long before mobile phones had cameras. See, there we go. That was me. We always had a camera with them. So I would always make little films, you know, just about what me and my friends were doing. But it was, you know, first time I moved into a house, I made a 6-part episode, which is kind of hidden on YouTube somewhere because it's a bit embarrassing now. And I just always got, and then one particular time I was an usher for a friend's wedding. And I said, oh, I'll make you a wedding film as a present. I did. A couple of weeks later, it took me far too much time to edit. I just did not know what I was doing. And then we had a little party where they viewed it and it went down quite well. A few people asked if I'd do theirs, and I did. And eventually I thought, oh, I need to have a bit of money, start building a little bit of money up, buy a bit of equipment, make mistakes, learn from them, and eventually here today.
I actually really like that idea about having like a little viewing party as well to view the film.
I love that.
Yeah, what a great idea. Make a feature out of it because so many people have it and perhaps they might share it on, you know, social media, but a number of people don't and keep it to themselves. But actually, you know, people that feature on it, family guests, never see it.
From that first experience, right? And I think we've only done it twice. The good thing about it is I got a round of applause and a standing ovation. I really liked it.
Did you know? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a little hint that you really like? That
yeah,
you
yeah,
really
yeah. Yeah, it kind of spurred me on to do it.
Well, see how good this how well this interview goes, and might have to give you a round of applause at the end, Roland.
Thank you, thank you. I'm no NHS, but I will take an applause.
Absolutely. Well, your work is brilliant, so you definitely deserve it.
Thank you.
And I'm not just saying that. It's great. It really is fun working with you guys.
Thank you.
And obviously, it's not just yourself on the day.
No, it's Lisa who
is your boss.
Is that what the other one hiding behind the camera there? So yes, it's just me and her. And to be honest, we don't really see much of each other on the day. Maybe the bridal preps because we're off doing different things. So we only really see each other when we're back in the office editing, or well, not at the moment because there's no weddings. But yeah, so it works quite well, really. And not just from a shooting point of view. It's kind of like the one of the best things I find is just having that extra pair of hands. Definitely. Where they can do a few things so I can concentrate on what's important, just in case I need a few things moving around, So she's absolutely invaluable. And from this, a magician. Where'd you go? There we go. See, that's crappy magic of video.
If anyone wonders what you're going to be like on the day, I think that pretty much sums it.
Yeah, we don't do magic on the day. I'm not going to take it away from any performers.
No, if videographer doesn't work out for you, entertainment definitely will for you, Pat.
Well, we got, through Corona, we've all learned that we've got to diversify a little bit. So, bring a few flowers, do a few magic tricks. Who knows?
Rabbits out of a hat and all that. Yeah.
Let's see. Cows. Next time we do a heating house farm, cow out of a hat.
Perhaps a sheep. Sheep might be an easier one to start with.
But I want
cows. A little bit smaller. We'll see. I had an incident with some cows yesterday and nearly let them out of the field, but we won't go there. It was yeah, I'm still recovering, but there we go. Definitely we're not going to tell anyone about that. So obviously, people sort of inquire with you, or they've probably seen you at another wedding. I bet that's a really popular way of how people get in touch with you.
The number one way.
Yeah, I have. It doesn't surprise me at all. So what do people sort of do once they've, got in contact with you, and how do they get in contact with you?
Well, like I said, because one part of our packages is we kind of offer a sort of a next day sort of teaser, like a minute thing for Instagram, and usually they receive that when they're eating breakfast at the venue, so it's still fresh in the mind. So I don't know, maybe some of the bridesmaids or guests see that, get excited because they've just literally come away from that, and within an hour or two, we'll be getting inquiries from that last wedding. So once we obviously hear from them, at the moment, obviously it's no meeting, so we sort of set up a video call or a phone call, maybe organize something later on when it's a little bit safer, and then just have a chat, really, because we want to make sure that we're right for them, and vice versa, really, because you have to gel. One thing with all your suppliers, you've got to gel with them, make sure they're right for you on the day, because that's over any talents they may have. You have to get on with the people at your wedding, really. So that's so we want to make sure that they're like us. Obviously, we're right for them before we take it any further. And then if it's all good, obviously get the details down, and then sort of once they're booked in, we do include them on their monthly newsletter, because we like to keep them updated on what we're doing, just so they get to know us better, like even like the vlogs and the daft things we put on, just so they know us by the time we tip up, because sometimes we can't meet them because of like geography. So, but a lot of times in them cases, we will turn up to the bridal preps and they do feel like they know us, which is so much better in the morning for when you're filming.
And I think that's really important, because I've watched quite a number of your vlogs. I'm not going to lie, I haven't watched them all because I'm rather busy, but I've watched loads of them, and I love like your weekly vlogs that you do, and it does. And I think you're right. I think people now want to know what you guys get up to and want to know more about you as people and sort of relate to you, as opposed to just what sort of packages and things like that you offer. Because obviously there's loads of people out there, lots of different styles and things like that. So obviously, how would you we're obviously playing a little bit of a snippet here at the moment, but how would you sort of describe your style?
I'm sorry, I was just looking at these. I remember these from last year. They were so cute.
They were lovely.
Obviously this is, they were just so cute. Sorry, what was your question? I was too busy watching. What was your question? Style. So I was miles away. I was watching the thing.
I love how you're admiring your own work.
It wasn't. It just like, I have fond memories of watching these people. They were just so nice, so lovely.
Are you going to
Style.
text afterwards and see if they did a standing ovation after a preview?
It was actually only their wedding anniversary, I think, last week or something. I do remember.
It would, yeah.
Sorry, Style. I'm going to get lost here in a minute. Style, right?
Focus, Roland, focus.
I suppose definitely focus. But I suppose our style. It's not so much a style really, but it's one thing I feel our work is we add a lot of humor, because for us, we attract couples who are fun. So, and they have a fun day. You know, it's not that other people's aren't. It's just that when they see our work and they we don't make comedy films, but we just, whatever fun was on the day, we sort of try to bring that out over anything really, because we want them to just look at this and just remember all the smiles, all the good times, all the jokes within the speeches, or even some of the sort of falls, trips and stuff like that. We just want to, you know, just make sure that when they're watching it, they're smiling and maybe a few tears, but fun
happy
is
tears.
happy tears. Yeah, fun is the overriding thing with our work. Yeah,
and what we were talking about earlier as well is obviously like photography is great because it captures fabulous moments. You know, you can do a lot. But I do speak to a lot of couples, you know, perhaps previously married, or, you know, at the moment we're obviously having a lot of people coming back celebrating anniversaries with us, and sort of, you know, perhaps people that didn't have a video would say that they would always, if they had to do their time again, they would have a videographer. And why do you think that is?
I think, well, the main reason is budget. Everyone has to have a budget for the wedding, so they sort of put their money into what is more important for them. It's like for our wedding, we put a lot more into entertainment. We had obviously the singers and performers all day. That was what was important to us. We wanted everyone to have a good time. So sometimes people say they regret it because maybe they chose something which didn't really matter, they felt on the day. So, you know, because sometimes, I'm not saying there's tick boxes, but sometimes people feel like, yes, right, I've got that. Maybe they didn't need it, you know, or, you know, maybe it wasn't really as important to them as they thought. So, but
it's like an extra.
Yeah, because what what you said about, you know, because photographers do amazing things. There's things that photography can do that video can't. The images, you know, what they perform with the light and all that type of thing. But for videography is for a wedding, a lot of what, you know, the most important things are the speeches, the ceremony, you know, all that sort of thing, and they're all vocal based. They all have sound. So to not capture that, really kind of missing a lot of the day, really, you know. So even, you know, the laughs and the crowds, the cheers, the music, everything, sound is so important to a wedding, you know, because even when you have your entertainment, that's sound. So to just have have both, you know, I'm not saying get rid of one or the other, but photos do something totally different. But so does video.
Yeah, I agree totally. I think hearing the sound of somebody's voice, like, and how they read it, you know, for example, if there's a reading in a civil ceremony, like how somebody reads it, you can't capture that sort of moment in a photo. Yeah, it's two completely different things, and I think people say either one or the other, and I agree with you. It's two completely different kind of coverages. Really.
But it's easy to say that because some people, they might not have the budget of the people's, you know, so that's fine. You know, as you say, no supplier is a necessity, not one, apart from a venue, of course. But you know, it's just finding what's right for you. Yeah. I'm not saying a videographer is the most important thing. It's what's important to you.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point because, you know, sometimes we've obviously seen couples that perhaps, for example, have booked a band because they just really wanted a band. And you know what? It's gone down great. And that's what they wanted. And that's the best thing ever. For other weddings, a band wouldn't necessarily work. They would be, you know, more suited to perhaps like a DJ. So it's really got to be about what our couples want. I think that is the best bit of advice ever.
Yeah.
Good words, Roland.
Good day.
Definitely. So obviously I'm asking you lots of questions at the moment, but we are going to do a little live Q&A session at the end. I know that we've already got some lovely comments about you, but we haven't got any questions. So if anyone has got any questions, pop them in the comments box and we will ask Roland at the end before he gets too distracted looking at his work again. And
No. So I had an inquiry just come through, and it's actually for Heaton House Farm. So I don't know whether someone's watching it. I was just looking then. So anyway, you know that.
Stop getting distracted.
Sorry, I can't help it. It was the work. It was all heating related.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, no, we don't mind that. Well, that goes to show it works then, doesn't it? So obviously during lockdown, we started these supplier showcases to try and feature our recommended suppliers. We love working with you guys so much, and you know the venue so well.
Oh yeah.
We don't recommend just anybody. We only recommend people that we've worked with and love as well. And you have to do such a good job. Because ultimately, in a selfish way, people that come here and have a great day, whether it be a guest, couple, supplier, whatever, we just want everyone to have a super day. And from having a magic blend of suppliers on that day to create such a special day is the best thing that we can possibly do, and have hundreds of happy people leave here.
And it's not easy to get on the Heating House Farm recommended list. You have to do so many things. No, it's like before every wedding, I have to submit all my forms and insurances and drone licenses and stuff like that. So, you have to work hard.
We are very efficient because, we want to make sure that everyone is safe and looked after. And that's,
I like that.
There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes with us that probably, a lot of people don't realize we do, but we do genuinely care for our couples. So yeah,
it's
lots
a good
of hard
shift.
work. It's very tightly run. Get my whip out and crack it. No, but yeah, hopefully we'll get some questions soon, Roland, definitely. So obviously you've sort of said about your sort of style of footage and things like that. Now I've spotted a shot that actually Olivia's just put on earlier of sort of a zoom in on the dress, and you're gonna have to hold on, it might be coming up here, hold on, I've thrown it because I wasn't right. Tell me how you did that. There we go. Did you use a long selfie stick?
It was a long selfie stick. So yeah, the shot is coming into the dress. Okay, so that was our version of a dress shot. Okay, now we didn't come in, we actually went out, but we did the old trick of reversing the shot. So because it's easy to go out than come in, but I had to do a few takes because now and again a car would go by. So when I reversed it, the car was driving backwards, so I had to sort of play around with it a little bit. I got there anyway. It looked good.
It looked great. It did look great. And obviously it wasn't actually a selfie stick that you used.
It was.
No. Obviously you have better equipment than a selfie stick.
It was one of them toys that everybody likes. It's one of them. Yeah,
very expensive and quite tricky to maneuver, I think. But yeah, drones. So obviously you can get some great.
That's them.
That's them. Yeah, I knew.
I've nearly shaved a few branches off your tree with that thing going backwards.
Don't damage our famous.
No.
That is precious.
I thought Mick was going to come out with his gun or something like that. And yeah.
No, that is precious to us.
It is.
So,
I know.
Yeah. But no, it's a beautiful tree, perfect shape, and it's a sycamore, believe it or not. Everybody thinks it's an oak tree, and it's not. There you go.
It's a sycamore.
It's a sycamore, yeah. Random little fact for you. There you go.
Learn something new.
But yeah, obviously, there you go. There's your little drone, and obviously you get some incredible shots.
Toilet roll.
This is so funny. I did watch this.
This is when
you
toilet
definitely
roll.
had. You definitely
this is when toilet roll was in demand, and we sort of flew it over our neighbours to tease them. And yeah, we don't do that at weddings, so please don't think bad of us. We just.
What happens if you get a request for that though? You bet you would.
Of course I would. I'm running to a challenge. I don't know if it's quite legal or within the drone code, but I'll give it a shot.
Got no idea, but no, it's great. It's great fun, and obviously, the drones give a completely different perspective. And what's great, I think, around here, obviously, you've got all the scenery,
landscapes. It's beautiful.
Does, and it's some nice to add to the footage as well, isn't it? Someone's wedding day.
Yeah, we've got some great shots from here and up in the sky. Yeah.
Good, excellent. Now, obviously, you were talking earlier about music and how sort of video has like the audio sound of things. So obviously, doing readings or speeches, do you pick up the audio from your camera or do you use specialist equipment?
No, never from the camera. See, you want to get the no. You want to get the microphones as close to the subject as possible. So ideally, if it, let's say it was speeches, so you'd attach a microphone to every chap or chapess that was performing a speech, and then always have a backup where that's plugging through sort of the venue system, or possibly attaching something to the actual handheld mic itself. Always have a backup because you've got 2 or 3 cameras, so make sure you have 2 or 3 audio devices as well. A wedding is a live event. things go wrong. So you have to be prepared to sort of like, be ready for that.
This, if anyone wants a giggle, they need to watch the vid. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you then because I was every time those three bridesmaids come on, I know what they say, and it makes me smile and laugh every time.
Willie.
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to say that on live, but we'll
sorry.
Get away with that. We'll get away with it. So obviously I think that's really important about the sound quality, and then also obviously, so we haven't got any audio playing at the moment because obviously we're busy chatting, but obviously your videos do. So can couples pick that, or do you choose it? How does sort of like the final
it all depends on the package really, because when you if it's something just for home use, then yes, you can buy licenses for most sort of tracks and for whatever you want. But when it's online, it falls under a different category. So the
that's
music,
like commercial copyright, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So, but I mean, but the ones online, the people who inquire with us, they sort of like our work as a generally, really, whether it's the choices of music we have, or the style of shot, everything really. So they never really mention anything. If it's for the home version, yes, we will include the tracks, from the first dance or possibly walking down the aisle with a license on top of that. But when it's for the online highlights, then it's something we sort of put on ourselves, and we never have a problem because they just trust us, really. So they just, I can't think of the last time anyone actually suggested one for the highlights or brought it up. They just do your thing. That's what they kind of say.
And I think as well, like, I love listening to like the music that videographers choose, because so you cut the film to the music sometimes, well, so it really does tell a story. Yeah, absolutely.
It's very cinematic, as they say.
It is very what is it? Cinematography. I really struggle saying that.
No, it's okay. I have problems with loads of things.
So obviously I've just got another 1 or 2 questions for you, Roland. So if anybody does have any questions for you, please pop them in a little comments box down there, and Roland will be more than happy to answer them, as long as it's something nice. No.
I'll take that one.
It's always going to be something nice for you, Roland, always. So obviously next year is going to be a little bit busier than you've been this year. So when do you think that couples would normally sort of like, when would they as standard receive their footage back?
Averagely, we do tell them between 6 and 8 weeks. Now, at the start of a season, it can be 2 to 4 weeks, because we've only just started. When it gets to sort of summer, usually about 8 to 10 weeks, and then it sort of does. But because of what's going on this year, and it's been postponed, everybody, not just us, everybody is going to be a lot busier next year. For instance, we usually take 3 or 4, possibly 5 weddings for July and August, but like even for May, because of postponement as well, we've got like 7 in 1 month, which is way more than we usually do. So the turnaround is probably going to be more 10 to 12 weeks. But we keep, in the newsletter I mentioned, we keep our brides and grooms updated, like here's where we are in the edits, such as just so they know, just so they don't feel that they have to contact us worrying where it is. They know along all the stages when their edits coming to them. But yeah, it's usually 6 to 8 weeks, but because of what's going to be happening this year and next year, more like 10, I'd say.
Yeah, but I still think that's really good, because obviously I think sort of suppliers generally average, probably going a little bit out here, is probably sort of towards 3 months. And I think obviously with next year, obviously everyone's going to be super busy, and I think particularly with videography, obviously it's not just filming on the day. You have a lot of editing to do. How many have you ever figured out how many hours you shoot on a day?
How much footage we come back with?
I
have no idea, because because it's not a true reflection, because if you've got 3 cameras filming the same thing, you've got 3 separate hours of footage, but it's only 1 hour. So it's a little like, I don't know, let's say you might come out with 4 hours of footage, but in reality, you might come out with about 7 hours of footage, but in reality it's more like 4 hours in total.
You've got to get the best bits.
Yeah,
absolutely. So obviously you've seen hundreds and hundreds of weddings over your wonderful career.
Hundreds of great weddings.
Of great weddings, sorry, yes, of course I meant that. Of course I meant wonderful, great weddings.
What was I thinking there?
What are you doing there?
See, the bride and groom were walking down the road. That's actually in Lytham. The father of the bride behind me, I wasn't even looking. He was trying to keep cars from running over me. I I was a little bit
Very
younger and
nice
more
of him.
adventurous then. Look at him, see, even my elbows over the yellow line. I'm
Well,
an
this
idiot,
is,
really.
but that shows the level of commitment you have for getting the perfect
I
shot.
see. I'm very pleased you said that. I'm just level of stupidity. I think really, I'm led in the road.
Well, we're not going to ask questions, but yeah, you are a little bit crazy, Roland. But I think that's why we love you so much. So you definitely you add so much to weddings here at Eaton House. That's all I can really say, really.
Thank you. There's no roads. There's no roads to lie near you. It's just that one, so it's not as dangerous. They've got dangerous farm animals.
They're not that bad. They're getting really friendly now. Actually, we're sort of going up to them and I don't know if you've seen them on Facebook. I've had a couple of selfies with them and have like little tin chickens.
I have, yes, I have. Very cute.
And she's called Bridie as well. She's my favourite.
Bridie.
Yeah, Bridie. She is my favourite. So I might have to we might have to get like a halter on her, and she'd love to come up and say hello to couples and guests and everything. Cool. Anyway, enough about that. What is your favourite part of the day to capture?
Probably I'd say preps, because when we arrive, we're excited because it's going to be a great day, but it's almost like Christmas Eve, that 3 or 4 hours before the wedding. It's the build up where you've got the nerves and the excitement, and there's not much pressure on us in the morning because we don't have to bring in loads of audio equipment or anything like that. It's just like single camera. And we get to know the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, more the bridesmaids, really, because we have something we often say is like, if you get on the bridesmaids side early on, you've kind of smashed the day, because they're the ones who sort of like, they're the first ones on the dance floor, the last ones off. They're kind of the heart and soul of apart from the bride and groom, of course, themselves. But in regards to the guests, they're the heart and soul. So the morning, because it's just getting to know everybody. And then once we've cracked them, everybody's used to you and they like being around you. They're not nervous about you pointing cameras. Not that we're near them. The bridal preps is the nearest we'll be to anyone during the day. But it's just a nice moment where you just get along with people. They bring you into the sort of circle of friends just for that day.
Yeah, I think you're right as well, because obviously, like right at the start of the day, as long as you can just set it with a giggle or a laugh or something to just break the ice. You're away then, aren't you?
100%. 100%.
You've got some foundations to build on and have a great laugh with. So yeah, that's good. And obviously, with having two of you, you can cover both groom and bride prep, or be in 2 areas at least. So
because I usually leave Lisa with the bride, and because I'm the one that does all the traveling, so I have to go, and if the groom's in a separate place, and I'll have to sort of get in the car, race off there's a little bit more stress involved in that, because if you have to follow the groom, you might be going straight to the church, and then I have to set up all the sort of microphones and whatever you need to set up in a church these days, but it's going to be far different when we get back to weddings. But yeah, I just leave Lisa just to get the good stuff with the girls while I run off and get all the other stuff. Yeah,
and it's good having like a female in there as well, so she can like help with like little dresses, and there's always a little something that goes a little bit wrong.
That helps so much, having a female ready there in the morning, even when the bride may be stressing out when she's on her own. Lisa has done so much in that department over time, where they've even in thank you cards that we received later, they just reference Lisa what they did. What she did, in the morning just to help them out, So the thing I can do, I'd be like, I'll see you down the aisle, and I'd bring her up, but no, I wouldn't cope in that sort of environment.
No, I definitely think your roles are very well suited to you.
Yes.
Brilliant. Oh, well, I think that's everything from me, Roland.
Cool.
Thank you very much. I'll give you a little round of applause. I'm not standing up there, or else you won't be able to see me.
Oh, look, there we are. Thank you. That's my round of applause.
Oh, that is awful. Oh, Olivia, what have you done? She's going to herself now. Oh dear. Oh dear me. I think this sun has finally got to us today. But there we go. Yeah. But we have got some questions, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think Olivia's going to pop some up. Emma, excellent. Hello, Emma. Is there prices of the different packages available to view online? So if somebody's interested, Roland, where should they go?
Emma, Just they're not actually on our page, but if you just drop us a line, we will forward sort of like a document that's actually got everything on there. So, and then we're not going to bug you after. You know, if it's for you, great. If it's not, we just send that along for you to view and see what you think about that.
Brilliant. I think, well, that sums it up, doesn't it? So you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you've got your website, whatever missed, Facebook.
All of that.
All of that.
Well, I hesitate to say LinkedIn because I don't think that's really for weddings, is it? That's more for business stuff. But yeah, more Instagram, and
more
YouTube.
Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what you would say. Go there. Oh, there we go. Hold on. It's Saskia. Oh, bless her. And I've just realised as well, she's also asked another question, which I'd already asked she asked it as well, but never mind.
Okay, right.
So obviously, she loves working with you, Roland and Lisa.
Saskia, you are an angel. Thank you very much. And it's lovely working with you.
That's very nice to know. Oh, should be made up with that.
She always helps us out on the day. Anything we want, it's just like, Saskia, yeah, no problem. She is a proper multitasking woman.
She is.
Right? Yeah, because if someone throws two things my way, that's me. I fall apart. I could never do what you people do in a venue. I'd melt. I completely melt down. Camera, that's it. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, but no.
No,
she's good at her job.
Literally eats, lives, breathes weddings. She is a true diamond.
She's a credit to the farm.
I don't know anyone else like her, which probably, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but she is definitely one of a kind. So yeah, very, very valued member of the team. But there we go. I think is that everything, Olivia? Yep, all good. Well, Roland, thank you very much. You've got your round of applause. You've got your standing ovation. It's been so good to catch up.
Thank you for having me.
And you've had an inquiry already.
I have. It's great. Well, hopefully we can see you soon anyway.
Definitely. You have to come up and see me with Bridie the cow.
Well, you've got the new the caravan thing coming, but once we finish our camper van, we can trip up. Definitely,
we would love to see you and Lisa. And she's not made it back for the interview, but do send her our regards.
I certainly will.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Roland. And then obviously next week, obviously, we have got Precious Things event styling. So if you are looking for ideas on how to dress Heaton House Farm for your ceremony or reception, tune in again next Monday at 7. You what? Sorry, Roland? I missed him. I didn't get what he said, but yeah, we'll see you again next week. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great week.